Hi Mabel, welcome to your first practice video. As discussed, we'll do some pranayama in this video, some postures, then some more pranayama, a relaxation, and yoga nidra. So that's the plan. I want to start in a seated position. I'm sitting on a cushion here, a bolster, but you can sit however you like, cross-legged, Padmasana, lotus pose, half lotus, or Virasana if you prefer. Once you're seated, close the eyes, or if you're averse to closing the eyes, you can always look at one spot on the floor in front of you. But the idea is to reduce the intake of stimulation through the eyes and all the other senses, really. Through the eyes, by closing the eyes. Now turn your attention to the breathing. We'll just take two regular free-flowing nostril breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Smooth, easy breath. Inhale. Feel the sensations of the breath coming in and out. And then while we're here, take a moment to make your intention, set your intention for either the rest of this practice or for the rest of this day or for the rest of the foreseeable future. Focus on and intend for yourself to experience the world in a certain way, to be a certain way. Personal intention, sankalpa. Staying in this position, let's take a couple of Kapalabhati breaths. Kapalabhati is the skull shining breath, and I know we've done it together before, so the way we're going to do it is 12 Kapalabhati breaths, and then holding the exhale, go into a forward bend all the way down. When you have to inhale, come back up, take a regular breath, and then we'll do that again. Let's do it 4 times all together. So 12 Kapalabhati. On the 12th exhale, hold it out, go forward as long as you can, and then when you have to breathe, sit up and we'll start again. Here we go. Number 1. Of course, go at your own pace if it's different than mine. Number 2. Number 3. Kapalabhati. And then number 4, same thing again, 12 Kapalabhati and then a forward fold. Just hold that forward fold with the breath out. And we'll do one more pranayama while we're here. This is the 4-part breath. So just assuming that you're still comfortable in the seated position, let me lead you through these breaths. So the 4 parts, of course, are inhale, and then the space between the inhale and the exhale, exhale, and the space between the exhale and the next inhale. Let's start with an even 4, 4, 4, 4. Next time you breathe in, make it for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in without gripping. 3, 2, 1. Smooth exhale. 3, 2, 1. Now hold it out. 3, 2, 1. And repeat. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold hold without gripping. 3, 2, 1. Smooth exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold your lungs empty for 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty lungs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Regular breath. Inhale, exhale. Notice the sensations of your breath as it moves in and out. And let's do one more seated pose while we're here. This is a twist. On the inhale, take the arms up overhead and look up. Stretch the whole body. When you exhale, twist to your left like I'm doing with your hands at the height of the shoulders. Look at your back hand. Inhale, come to center. Twist on the exhale. Hands to shoulder height. Look at the back hand. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist from the stomach muscles. Inhale. Exhale, twist from your lower abdominals. One more time on each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release by coming back to the center, and that's it for the seated poses. Let's move on to hands and knees. All fours, we call it. Once you're on all fours, let's start with a simple cat-cow tilt, paying attention that your breath is in unison with the movement. So when you inhale, of course, you're expanding the lungs. You want to expand the lungs in the pose by lifting the chest. When you exhale, emptying the lungs, flexing the spine. Inhale, pay attention to how your back feels. Exhale. Pay attention to the pelvic movement. Exhale. And just do that one more time. Breath in. Exhale. All right, let's do 2 more poses from here. Start by taking your right leg back behind you with your toes tucked under. So just like I'm doing here, squeeze that back leg, make sure it's engaged. And then lift your foot up till the height of the hip. If your low back is sore today, you can always keep the foot on the floor, but if you're okay there, add the arm reaching forward. Hold it. Try not to do a back bend in the low back, or I should say reduce the amount of back bending in the low back. And then we'll do the other side. Left leg back. Tuck the toes. Take a moment to mentally, viscerally connect with the sensations in the back leg, pressing into the back heel. If your low back is feeling solid today, no tenderness, no pain, lift your back foot. And then add the opposing arm. Hold it, extend in both directions. Let's release and do that once more on each side. Right leg back. You can skip the part of the pose with the toes on the floor. Just extend the foot about the height of the hip. Add the opposite arm if you like. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Release, other side, same thing. Left leg back, right arm forward. Extend through the back foot and try not to do a deep back bend in the low back. Now release the pose. We're going to move through a sequence here, so You can just follow me. I'll do it. I mean, you know all these poses, but I'll demonstrate them the first time around, and then you'll do it on your own a second time. We're going to start in the plank pose, holding the plank pose the best that you can for 5, 4, 3. Squeeze your legs and take one more breath. Now come on down to the floor, so lie on your stomach. We're going to take the cobra pose. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, and then without using the arms, lift your chest, lift your head, and draw your shoulder blades together. Hold it, and release cobra. With your forehead on the floor, take a breath in and out. Try to relax the low back. Next pose is upward facing dog. Extend the arms and lift your chest. Enjoy this pose. Enjoy what your spine can do. Next pose is downward facing dog. Our old friend. Hold your downward dog. And make sure you're doing that conscious, steady, rhythmical breath. Staying in down dog, take one more breath in, fill the lungs, lift the hips. And the next pose is child's pose, balasana. Once you're in child's pose, make sure that your forehead is releasing onto something. So if it's on the floor, I think for you, your forehead usually goes to the floor. That's great. If one day the forehead doesn't reach the floor, you can put a pillow or a block, or even your hands underneath the forehead, just to really allow the release through the neck and the upper back. That's why we put the head on something, so it's resting. Take one more breath there in child's pose, and then go ahead and repeat that same sequence. I'll walk you through it. So when you're ready, come to plank. Hold for 5. Feel the strength in the body. 4, 3. Notice how plank is something like Tadasana. The alignment is so similar. Tadasana, when we're just standing up straight and consciously aligned. Similar alignment. Squeeze the thighs. And then release down onto your stomach for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Take it just like before, lift the chest. Be careful of lifting the chin, you don't want to do that. Keep the chin somewhat dropped and lift the chest. And then release onto your forehead. Take a full breath in and out. Imagine you could send that breath right to your low back. Next pose is upward facing dog. Go ahead and take it. Extend the arms. Same action with the chest that you just did in Cobra. Lift the chest up and forward while keeping the head somewhat neutral. Try not to lift the chin too much. Hold your upward dog. Feel what your spine is doing. And then come into downward facing dog. And let that breath flow through the nose as if the breath was going right up the spine to the hips. When you exhale, you release tension in the head and the face. When you inhale, you lengthen your spine, lengthen your arms, your wrists. Exhale, chest towards your thighs. Now just take one more full breath here. Downward dog. Breathe into it. Next pose is child's pose. Deja vu, you've been here before. And once you're in child's pose, become aware of the action in the upper back, specifically the backs of the lungs moving, expanding on the inhale, and then gently falling on the exhale. Stay there for another 3. 2. Last breath in. Complete the exhale. Now come into downward facing dog just one more time. Before we move out of this pose, let's go into one-legged dog. So from down dog, take your right leg up as high as you can. Take a moment to point your foot and flex your foot. And then rotate that ankle several times in each direction. Now take your other leg, downward facing dog. And then release the pose. We're going to come up to a standing position from here. So make your way up into Tadasana. As you can see, I'm just working with my laptop here, so I'm moving my own cameras around. We're going to start in Tadasana, like I said. That's just the standing pose. Tadasana is the mountain pose to translate it. Your feet are as wide as your hips. Let's bring the hands to prayer position. That's one of the variations for the arms here. I invite you to look at your fingers. Notice your body breathing here. Really see what you're looking at. Depending on your eyesight, I don't know if the fingers will be visible or a little fuzzy. Mine are getting a little fuzzy over the years. But that's okay because we're just noticing things as they are, including our eyesight. Stay here for another moment. Remember your intention. Notice the difference between the thinking mind, figuring things out, making opinions, predictions, and the present moment awareness. Collecting impressions of what we see without judging or making opinions or predictions. Let's take the arms up overhead. This is another variation of Tadasana. Take the arms up. Extend up as high as you can, not just through the arms, but from your chest, from your stomach muscles. Lift everything up, look up, reach up, and then lean over to your left. This is a variation of Ardha Chandrasana. Come back to center, go to the right. Extend the body, hold it there. Notice the action in the stomach, the sides, the back. Let's do it one more time to the left. And to the right. Now we're going to come into Warrior One. I think you know this pose pretty well. Start with your right foot forward, Warrior number 1. Let's hold this pose for 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2. Breathe into the fingers and the toes. 1 more breath. And then we'll do the other side. Same posture. Warrior number 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Extend your back leg. Push into that back heel so you're really aware of it making contact with the floor. The mind is in the body. It's in the moment. It's in this position. It's in this breath. Aware of your position, aware of your surroundings, the rhythm of your breath. Come out of the pose. Step your feet together. Now from here we're going to come into warrior two. So keep your right foot forward, step into warrior number two. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The next posture is side angle. Place your front forearm on your thigh. Lift that arm either to the ceiling like this, or take it overhead to make that really classical long diagonal line from the fingertips to the outer edge of the back foot. Twist the chest up. Take another 3, 2, go a little deeper if you can, and release the pose. The next pose, still on that right leg, is Ardha Chandrasana, the standing half moon balance. I happen to have a block in my house because I'm a yoga teacher, so if you need a block and you have one, go ahead and use it. Ardha Chandrasana is the standing half moon balance. Just do your best. It is, of course, a more challenging pose, but so much fun if you like this sort of thing. Hold for 3, 2, oh, balance and lift the chest and just enjoy it. And then release. Now I've got to stay balanced, so I'll do it with you on the second side. Warrior number 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Side angle pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ardha Chandrasana. With or without a block. Go ahead, enjoy it. It's like a game for grown-ups, the balancing game. Hold the pose, do your best. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now, if there's ever a day that your back isn't feeling